Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We've got an exciting one tonight. It's a chocolate lover's dream, pretty much. So it's by One Drop Brewing out of Sydney, Australia. It's an Imperial pastry stout, and it's a big boy too, 11.5%, and it's called Liquid Chocolate. I'll read what it says on the back just to give you an idea. A sensational dive back into our liquid series. A pure, unadulterated focus on complete saturation, introducing liquid chocolate using every cocoa product and process available to brewers right now. We've laid down a brew in honor of one of our favorite adjuncts, including, but not limited to, cocoa nibs, cocoa husk, cocoa paste, export dark cocoa powder, condensed cocoa, chocolate isolate, cocoa syrup. Yum. That's pretty cool. So yeah, just they've really went to town on this one. I've been sitting on this for a bit. I actually had it before I had that break, so I'm still hoping that it's gonna, because sometimes with chocolate beers, they're better to drink as fresh as possible. But it's still pretty, like, it's a reasonably fresh beer. It's probably only like maybe 2 months old or something like that. So I'm sure it still holds up. Yeah, really looking forward to it. Craig Molson, who I don't know if he's in the chat, but he had this and yeah, rated it very highly. I know a few other people that have had it, and yeah, it's definitely got good reviews. So I thought, yeah, let's have it on a Monday night. Had a pretty big day at work. Yeah, I just thought I'll just probably do the one beer review tonight. I didn't know if like Juzzy or anyone like that was going live, so we'll see how we go. I've got the hashtag proper glassware too. Looks cool with the so you've got that font there, and then that's like it was made for it. Here comes Angus. Angus has been a naughty boy tonight. I had some food sitting on the coffee table, and as soon as I went in the shower, he's got up and like moved all this shit to get it. Cheers, Angie. Yeah, for sure. Good old Chocky, you can't beat it. Cheers, Phil. Yeah, cool, mate. Well, I'm here now, here to save the day. Yep, cool. Cheers, Evie. There we go. There's the man that's had it. How long ago did you have it, mate? About 3 or 4 weeks ago? I'm guessing it was around a month ago, I reckon you had it. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, it's cool can artwork. It's got that sort of slight, like Halloween sort of, I don't know, just that font. It always reminds me of like blood dripping. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Good community. Yeah, that was a good stream the other night. I just can't believe how long it went for. Yeah. It was good having you on, Phil. Just got a bit scattered there in the later stages where you kept pacing around. Cheers, Kerry. I am late, but not very late. I was only a couple of minutes, I think. Yeah, I think you've probably been selling too much shit, dude. You need to calm down. You don't want to be selling too much of like, yeah, jewelry and that sort of stuff, like sentimental. I'm nearly through the comments, I hope. I just want to get into the beer for fuck's sake. Yeah, boy. Someone's revving the fuck out of their car in the background. Proper glassware, yes. Geez, I feel like I'm miles behind you. They're only just talking about the glass now. Yeah, so they're actually inspired by Bob Marley, Kerry. They even had a one of their most popular core range sours is called One Love, and it always does really well in the hottest 100 beers. You go out in their beer garden and they've got a big like Bob Marley mural. Quite often they'll have like reggae playing at the brewery, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Cheers, Brett. Nearly there. Yeah, for sure. I do like doing the hangouts. It's just I don't know. Sometimes it can be random with who comes on, but yeah, you can just get that one person that can make a stream better or worse. And like, yeah, if you've got a couple of people on there and everyone sort of gets on well, it just makes it a lot easier. That's why I'm very selective, like with putting it in the chat and stuff. The other night, I was just like, "Fuck it, I didn't care." Cheers, Steve. Oh yeah. So you've had one with the lower ABV. Yeah. Yeah, just when you come back with the fella, and it was like, yeah, no one knew what the fuck was going on. I had a bit of a nap after work today, so otherwise I'd feel very, very tired. Because yeah, I got up at like 3 o'clock and I had a real shit sleep as well. But yeah, we did about. I think I did about 9.5 hours today, and it just flew. It went really quickly. Monday mornings are always quick, so it's good. Yep, cool. Yeah, Truey's a good bloke. He just started getting a little bit aggressive towards the end when he'd sort of had a few too many whiskies. But he's like that. It's like I know him well enough to know that he doesn't mean any harm. He just starts getting a bit sort of offensive with some of the shit he says to people. Let's do it. So I don't think with this one, normally one drop encourage you to sort of shake the can and roll it and that because of the fruit. But yeah, most of the chocolate stuff would sort of dissolve. Hopefully it doesn't go everywhere. I'm scared. No, that's all right. Beautiful. So the next beers I think I want to order. Range Brewing have a collaboration series with some Japanese breweries. So I think I want to get hold of them. The body's a bit thinner than I had hoped. Glassware's a little bit dirty. I thought it was actually a lot cleaner than that. So yeah, it's got that Coca-Cola vibe to it. Looks like Coke. I can even smell similar characteristics. So yeah, no head. Sort of expected that with all the chocolate adjuncts. I'm going to say medium body, but yeah, it could nearly be light to medium. I think it's going to drink fuller though on the palate. Color is like I'll say a very dark chocolate. It's not quite black. And yeah, carbonation's very light. Let's go with smell. I can smell sort of like cocoa powder. It's definitely chocolatey. There's no hiding from it. But it's not like real sweet, sort of desserty chocolate. I think it's going to taste a lot better than it smells. You're getting like maybe a slight touch of like caramel and biscuit as well, just from the malt. But yeah, just a heap of different chocolate, sort of a combination of dark and milk and light powders and cacao nib. It doesn't look and smell like I'd hope, so I'm really hoping the taste is there. I really hope that I haven't left it too long. Nah, I think they're still sitting in the base in Geelong. I can't get them because I work. Like they want me to sign for them, and the only time they deliver, I'm at work, so I just can't get them. It's just the stupidest thing ever that the guy put signed for delivery on there, and I can't pick them up because they've left them at a depot that's like an hour and 20 minutes away. I'm not fucking wasting my fuel and time to go pick them up when I've paid for postage. I don't even care about them now. Just got to a point where I'm just yeah, just fucking let them go. I just think they're very average. It's been a very average service. When I rang them up and arranged re-delivery, and they said, "Yep, no worries, we'll do it for you," and I waited around for hours, and they didn't turn up. So it sort of looks bad on the brewery as well, even though it's not their fault. But it sort of leaves me with a bad impression of them because it's the first time I've dealt with them, and I'm having all this trouble. Yeah, where was I up to with the chat? Out here, I think. Cool. Yeah, it is a nice colour. Yeah, I get a lot of Coke from quite often with stouts. I'll get Coke because of the appearance, the carbonation, and also the caramel brown sugar type notes. You can see why a lot of people draw that comparison with Coca-Cola and stout. Let's have a taste anyway. Please, please be good. Ooh. Oh man. I'm not gonna lie, I was very concerned because yeah, the appearance and the nose was terrible. I honestly thought I was worried I was gonna have a bad beer. But you drink that and it is fucking phenomenal. That is huge, like huge chocolate. Wow. Mummy. Oh, and it just goes on and on. It's just sitting like at the back of my palate, just this like. It's actually more of like I sort of get more of a dark chocolate. It's just like real rich, real desserty. It's so good. Seriously. Imagine this as a barrel aged beer. Or if this had like some vanilla or coconut or something. Oh, wow. I did have a one drop stout not long ago. Like I've had a few, most of them are pretty decent, but I had one that wasn't too great. So yeah, this is definitely yeah, put the opinion of them back up again. Cheers, Dan. Yeah, I don't have time for shit like yeah. When I'm working during the day, I hardly get a break, so I've never got my phone on me. I'm always working overtime, so I'm never really around during business hours. So I just don't have time for shit like that. It's like if people are gonna send me stuff, just fucking send it to me house and have it dropped off, and don't make me go to all this bullshit to have to pick it up and stuff. I've got other shit to worry about in life. I don't need to worry about stuff like that. That's why I'm just like, I can't even be fucked dealing with it anymore. You ring them up and do the right thing and get it sorted, and they still can't get it right. There's too many incompetent people out there, Evie. And of course, he was a different ethnic, wasn't he? He didn't give a shit when I was talking to him on the phone. He even hung up at the end of the conversation. I'm like, what a rude cunt. Cheers, Smokey. Yeah, it's 11.5. Big boy. Definitely the right name for the style. Imperial Pastry Stout. Liquid chocolate. You could nearly, you could nearly, like on a cold night, you could nearly just warm this up over the fire slightly and be like fucking awesome, like an alcoholic hot chocolate. Or you could have it, yeah, with like ice cream or something. Yeah, when you had it, Craig, did it look similar to mine? Did you sort of think, oh, it looks a bit lackluster, a bit light, and not much of a head and stuff? I was just concerned, like that. I think I always knew the beer was going to be good quality because of the way people had talked about it and the ratings and stuff. But I think I was concerned that I'd either left it too long or I got a dodgy can or something. Just the appearance and then the aroma. I'm like, fuck, it's not looking good. But then as soon as I taste it, I'm like, hello, baby. Because, yeah, I reckon 90% of the time you smell a beer, and if it doesn't smell good, it generally tastes shit as well. Every now and then you'll just get that surprise one. Yeah, for sure. Oh, yep. Yeah, I have seen that one. Yeah, chocolate sours are sort of weird, but they do them well because they use all these like creamy sort of like ice cream sort of stuff. Oh, so I've been sent some beers, Phil, from a new brewery in Adelaide, and yeah, like organised like postage and stuff with them because I'm in a different state. And yeah, they were pretty good. Like sent them out fairly quick, and especially too because it's a father like a husband and wife team, and they're both got full time jobs, and they just brew and do the brewery stuff as like a secondary thing. But yeah, they got them out really quick, and yeah, they instead of just going straight from Adelaide to where I live, they went past me and went to Geelong or Melbourne, and then come back. And I didn't get any heads up as to when they were getting delivered, like what day or what time. Because if I had known, I would have tried to make the effort to be there or to have someone present or to get them dropped off somewhere else. But normally, what happens is if you have to sign for delivery and you're not there, they'll then take them to the nearest depot, like not depot, but as in the nearest courier. So at least you can just go to that courier and pick them up and sign for them. But what these fuckheads have done, they panicked and didn't know what to do, and they've taken them back to the depot, which is like an hour and 20-minute drive from where I live. And then I got shitty. I'm like, what are you doing? Like now, and it was really hot weather as well. So I sort of was worried the beers were going to be spoiled because it was over 40 degrees these couple of days. And they're going to be sitting in a vehicle and then in a storeroom. And then I thought, well, I better quickly organise re-delivery. And I teed it up and it was going to come the next day. And I was home that morning and I waited around for 6 hours for them to turn up. And they didn't turn up and they haven't got back to me since, like days later. And it's like, well, I can't really do anything this week because I'm on day shift and I'm not going to be home at all. And yeah, now we've had all these other hot days. So I feel like the beers are going to be fucked anyway, like they're going to be spoiled. So yeah, I'm sort of pissed off about it. Because yeah, I was going to review them and stuff. And yeah, it was sort of reviewing them to help the company out a bit, like they're a new business. Or if you, I don't know, I think that's what you're referring to. Or if you're referring to the Bob Marley brewery that they were talking about, that's these guys. One drop out of it, Sydney. You guys can actually get some one drop in the UK at the moment because a few of my mates have tried a couple. Hit that like button too, peeps. Yeah, the one the other night, Evie's talking about the hangout one where I had people up with me. I think you were chiming in and out. You weren't drinking or something, from what I remember. Cheers, Ryan. Good to see you again, mate. Hope you're well. How's things in Germany? How's the business going? Yeah. Nah, it's like, I don't know. You just got a really faint sort of like a Dutch cocoa powder sort of smell. Or even like that Cadbury, the Bourneville hot chocolate powder sort of stuff. Yeah. I feel like now it's got a bit of air to it and warmed up a little. The smell's actually a bit better. It's like, yeah, you're sort of getting more of the like cacao nib and the husk and that sort of smell. The proper chocolate, the real shit. Yeah. Bit of local lingo. Cheers, Luke. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, it's nothing worse just dealing with people that are incompetent at their jobs. Like he's taken my phone call and then obviously never communicated it to anyone else. Just got off the phone and probably went back to his own phone, calling his family back home, telling them about his engineering degree. They're always doctors or engineers. Funny that. Funny how a lot of them have these speedy university degrees. Oh, if you want to watch something rad, especially you Aussies that know, Pauline Hanson just did a podcast with Two Worlds Collide. Really, really good. It make you get to know her a lot better. And yeah, I really think she's got the interests of the Aussie people at heart, and I really hope she does well in the next few years. We need to fuck off all these other idiots that are there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. Oh no, I don't have a PO box, dude. I've only got the. I've had people send me beers though to like my address. I have to get in contact with you on Facebook or Instagram or something. But yeah, I've had a few people now send me stuff and haven't had any issues. Just don't put sign for delivery on there. No, all good, man. I was happy to have you there. When you said, "Can I join?" I was like, "Is he serious?" Like, because I'd never seen you on anything. And then I'm like, "Oh, is this the first time you've actually been on a stream?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm losing my virginity." Oh, it was good to see you, man. Because I'd already like obviously we've talked through like voice messages and stuff. So I already sort of knew your voice, but yeah, it was good to like put a face to the voice and the name. Yeah. See, I get shit for liking VB all the time. People are like, "How do you like it? It's trash." But I don't know. I've just always enjoyed it. And I think as a craft beer drinker, you need to have those beers you can go back to because like craft beer is fucking expensive and you can't be drinking it all the time, especially if you just want to have a session where I don't know, you go to a barbecue or something. You're not going to be wanting all these good craft beers. You want to sort of have something you can just smash and not worry about it. So yeah, VB and Carlton Draft and Melbourne Bitter and those sort of beers, like I've always been a fan. Yeah, fucking oath. She's killing it at the moment. Everyone's getting around her. It's good. Yeah, fucking oath. It's just funny because like she went through all that shit years ago, and they were even teaching kids in school that were younger than me that she's like the devil, and you have to hate her. And they were the same kids that they were drumming like climate change and all that shit into their heads. Yeah, she's just like she's that type of politician that's fighting for the battlers, and like she's not in it for bloody yeah profit, and she actually seems legit. Like she wants to change the direction of the country for the good of the people. And yeah, it's like she's always been considered a racist and all this shit just because she just wants what's best for Australia, and she knew that more and more mass immigration was going to cause all these headaches, and now it is. And everyone's starting to be like, well, why the fuck didn't we listen to her 20 years ago? She's not racist at all. She's just, yeah, like the same as what I consider myself, like a realist. You're just saying it how it is. Yeah, they were talking about that. She said that they didn't really get on it first. And then I don't know, they must have had a few sort of sit down chats and sort of got to know each other better. And yeah, like they were reeling off all the names of other people that back politicians. And so yeah, it's like I don't know, it sort of didn't seem it's sort yeah, stuff like that, it's hard to know what goes on behind closed doors. I like the fact that Sam kept sort of asking her questions like, if you get in, will you change this and will you change that? Like he just wanted to know what her agenda was. He's really good with his interviews. I'm a huge fan. And it's good because he's like ex-military and stuff, like good footballer. Yeah, he's served for the country. He's been a bit of a battler himself. I mean, he's doing well with his podcast now, and that's what he was saying. He's always been a battler, and now he's making a bit of money from his podcast. He doesn't ever want to become one of those people that thinks he's above the common person. Yeah, it's fun. Remember when I first started going on panels? I loved it. I got real hooked on it. I was hanging out with a heap of the yeah, American and English beer guys. Yeah. One thing with VB, and you'll hear beers with Boydo say it quite often. VB is one of those beers, when you drink it cold, it's fucking phenomenal. But as soon as it warms a bit, it gets real rough and hard to drink. And like, I love VB, but I totally agree with that. When it gets warm, it's fucking putrid. Like, it tastes really bad. But like some of the other beers that don't have as much of that sort of malty character and like the hoppy bitterness and earthy character and that, they sort of still taste all right when they warm up a bit. Yeah. I'll write it in the chat, Evie. It's actually, I've got it's a bit out of reach. I've got some merch off him recently, but it's called, I've got Juzzy as in the short straw onto it. He's got some merch off him as well, so he's a fan. So I've just written it. It should be in the chat down the bottom. It's called Two Worlds Collide. And yeah, the dude's name's Sam Bamford. And he's had like recently, he's had Pauline Hanson. He's had another sort of fella that does a similar thing called Chocky. I think it's Choco. You've probably seen him on social media. He also had Jackson Doherty or whatever his name is. He's sort of like a YouTube guy. He had Elliot Loney, the guy that does all the impressions of the tennis players and Donald Trump and all that sort of stuff. No, he's doing really well. Yeah, Tui's goes all right. One thing I need to try, Kerry, is apparently it's a thing to have Tui's new and Tui's old together. And it's called like a 50-50. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And she was talking about the fact that she can people can relate to her and she can relate to people because she's battled, she's ran her own business, she's been in agriculture, she's she's worked with trades. She's actually, yeah, didn't she spend time in prison for something? Like there's all these different aspects of her life where she can relate to different people. People think I'm working for One Nation the way I'm promoting her. Just need to see some fucking change in this country. Yep. Yeah, get the old whiskey and cigar. Fuck yeah. Yeah, you still see it occasionally. I still see like it in cases and stuff. You just don't see it on tap anywhere. It's in like a clear bottle, generally in like a case of 24, and you'll see it at like in supermarket bottle shops and stuff. Yeah. There's quite a few sort of conservative, like right winger types that, yeah, are on like social media now and doing pretty well. It's not even right wing, most of it. It's like, I don't know, just conservative, like slightly right. They're just not fucking left and woke like everyone is today in politics. So that's the thing. Like in America, you're sort of voting for a party that's like left and a party that's right. Whereas in Australia and a lot of the Commonwealth countries, everyone's left. There's hardly anyone like with old school values. Yeah, for sure, dude. What part of Germany were you in again? Like, what's the main style in your area? Because I know that like different areas have different styles. I reckon that's cool. Where like, yeah, region specific styles. It's awesome. Yeah, she ran it by herself. Started off doing 6 days a week, and it was just her. And then she hired like a kitchen hand to help her out on Fridays and Saturday nights when it got busy. And then yeah, it just grew and grew and grew and got real big. Yeah, you can't beat a good German lager. Yeah. If I see one, I'll definitely get one. Yeah. See, I really want, yeah, like beers like that I can't sort of get in my own like bottle shops or. See, as I've said a million times, I want to try 4X bitter. I want to try like Swan Draft. I want to try Emu Export. Those sort of beers. That I mean, I've had some of them back in the day, but since I've had a channel, I just want to review them. It's like, yeah, going back to an old classic. Yeah, exactly. Nah, it's the same here. That's one thing they talk about in the podcast, that about 90% of the politicians now are career politicians that have never hired staff and been managers and anything like that. So they got no idea about reality. Out of touch is the 3 words that sums it up. You share the same birthday. That's pretty cool. 5 days from now. Yeah. Is that the Nigel Farage one? I don't really know English politics that well. Yeah. I think I've always sort of been like right of centre sort of thing. Certain things I'll feel like I'm far right. But then there's other stuff it's like, nah, I'm clearly not that bad. Yeah. Yep. Now you see Forex gold everywhere, but not bitter. I want to try bitter. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, man. Wine red. I think I've had that before. I think I've had is there a Waikato or something like that draft? Tui, Steinlager. I've had like quite a few macros from New Zealand. Let's have another sip of this bad boy. I keep forgetting about it. And hit that like too, peeps, if you haven't already. There's quite a few in tonight. It's a good time to go live, I reckon. Oh, it's almost like it's got better. Wow. Do you know what it's almost like when you get like a not like a Cadbury or like a shit quality chocolate. It's almost like when you get like a Belgian version of like an Easter egg. It just reminds me of that in like liquid form, like a really good quality chocolate that's sort of like in between like dark and milk. It just has that slightly different sort of character to it. That's going to make people think, fuck, this beer's unreal. Oh, I just remembered something. I cooked up a Kiev last night, right? Or I cooked up two. So the one that I've got for tonight, all that needs to be done with that's just reheated in the microwave. But I had some like spuds and that I was cooking in the oven, and I chucked them in there and turned the oven on, and then I remembered that I've got like a fuse that keeps fucking up, and you got to reset it, and I've forgotten all about resetting it. So I've been for the last since I started this stream, the potatoes should have been cooking, and I just remembered I haven't reset the fuse, so they'll still be like fucking stone cold. So I better go do it now. I'll be back shortly. Apologies for that. What an idiot I am. Oh, I suppose I can still have the Kiev straight away, but I'll be waiting on the veggies. Yeah, it's because you live in New South Wales, though. It's sort of region specific. We do get Tooheys New here and Tooheys Extra Dry, but yeah, I did notice when I was in Sydney, you'd see a lot more of them on taps. Whereas in Victoria, you just see Carlton Draft and BB everywhere. Carlton Draft's probably the main one you see in pubs. Yeah, exactly. It's the same if you go to Queensland, you just see 4X everywhere. Or like same in Northern Territory. Yeah. I want a Reshes. I want a long neck of Reshes. And yeah, cheers, Matt. Forgot to say hello. Yeah. I reckon for my next case of beer I'll get a Cooper's Pale. The last two I got VB and Carlton Draft. And then before that I think I had 4X Gold. No, I wouldn't say that, dude. I don't think it's the far right that's worrying about those. I would say most of those people are lefties, from what I gather. I hate that whole worrying about other countries when you live in a country where we have our own problems. Foreign aid too, like the amount of money that Australia wastes given to fucking foreign, like especially like given to the Taliban and shit like that, and like Indonesia, where whenever we have issues, where are these countries to help us? We're always helping every country when they have some sort of, I don't know, some natural disaster or something goes down. But where the fuck are they when we have our issues? We've got probably some of the worst natural disasters known to man, and we never get any fucking help unless it's like Canada or America or England or yeah, it's bullshit. No, surely there's more than that. It's probably just showing up as like a couple. I reckon there'd be double figures at least. Hit that like button, peeps. It's definitely a dodgy thing, I reckon. At times you'll get like likes or the amount of people watching, and it's just not accurate. You know it's not right. Like it's a little bit shady behind the scenes. There'll be times where I've done streams and it'll say that there's like 4 or 5 people watching, and then you look at the chat and there's like 8 people with comments. It's like it doesn't make sense. Hopefully the Kiev still oozes with garlic after reheating. Certain foods, when you reheat, they taste just as good, sometimes even better. But yeah, something like a Kiev's never going to be the same. Oh, it definitely smells better than that initial smell I had. It's just one of those beers that needed that air to it. All the aromas. It's like it was trapped. So yeah, if anyone ever like wants to like send me beers and that, I'm happy to, buddy. Definitely happy to accept them. Like that's an awesome thing. That's what's cool about being a reviewer. So yeah, just like hit us up on Instagram. My name is the same as the channel, Short and Stout Beer Reviews. It's just one word. And then on Facebook, my name is just Sam Smalley. Um, there's a few people that are subscribed that I'm sort of mates with on either platform. I probably use Facebook more for like messaging and stuff. Instagram I got into for a while, but then when I started doing YouTube videos, it sort of fell by the wayside. It just seemed like too much work doing YouTube and Instagram. And my email address, I mean, on the down the bottom there where you've got the PayPal thing, that's hotmail.com. Whereas the email address I'm probably using more of these days is the same as that, except at yahoo.com.au. Yeah, that's the one I had. There's a pub sort of, it's a country pub about 10 minutes from where I live, and they have a lot of Kiwis that go there because they work at the nearby like meatworks, and they've got like that draft and the Lion Red and that, just because like so many Kiwis go there and drink. It's like you leave your thumbprint on the door as you're walking in. Yeah, I wish I had grown up in like the 60s and the 70s, and that would have been sick. Yeah. I don't know. I'd rather just have a soft drink than have like a no like non-alcoholic beer. There are some I want to try just to like the Guinness one I've heard is pretty good. I'd like to just do a Guinness non-alcoholic versus a Guinness just to see the difference. Yeah. The moon and the stars have actually been really cool here lately. I think probably because we've had that nice weather for a while, but because we've had the bushfires, it's been like there hasn't been a clear sky for a while. But just the last few days there has been. So I've definitely noticed it. Yeah. Another beer by the time the veggies are done. Fucking hell. Copperberg mixed up. Oh yeah, that'd probably taste similar to the Hawkstone one. Thing I find with a lot of those Copperbergs and that though, they're just too sweet. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't mind the old Teddies back in the day, but I reckon they've changed. So many beers just aren't as good as what they used to be. Yeah. Hop Zombie's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, we do get Tui's new occasionally. But yeah, it's just certainly not like what you see in Sydney. That's one like when I went to Sydney and I went to a few bars and stuff like it was just cool, just the slight differences. Even just watching Boydo, like, yeah. he's like trying to find like Carlton Draft and VB, and I'm like, they're everywhere in Melbourne. Yeah, Great Northern's too watered down. I don't know. I just don't rate it. I want a beer that's got a bit of soul to it. I just think Great Northern's one of those beers that's made for, I don't know, just your average Joe that doesn't really appreciate a real beer. It just, I don't know, it's just real. It's like Corona, and they're just boring. Smooth and sessionable. Yeah, you're on the same page as us, bro. It's good. It's funny, man. Like the amount of people that like come in and watch my beer stuff, and even if they're not into beer, like just like listening to stories or whenever we chat politics and that, it's like we all sort of feel the same way. You might get the occasional like argument or someone doesn't agree with something, but I just feel like most of us are on the same page. Yeah, that's what's cool about it, that it's still owned by the family and shit. Tickles your throat. Nah, I don't know what happened there because he said he was gonna, didn't he? I got the stout off him, but yeah, he might have just forgot about those others. Because yeah, I really wanted them, but I just couldn't justify. Like, there's no way in hell I'm going to pay I think it was about $20 for a 4 pack. So I was up for about, I think I wanted 2 4 packs, and then I think I had another one or two in mind or something. I think all up the beers were going to cost $50, which was pretty reasonable. But then postage was like $40 or something. I'm like, fuck that. Yeah, yeah. I think it's a thing a lot of people you're going to see doing lately. Everyone's got to refuse to use. You know how there's all these companies that will only offer like card purchases or purchases on your phone, or you've got to have an app to get, like, fuck that. We should have options. I'm never gonna go. I'm never gonna be one of those people that only uses phones for everything. I just think that's fucked. It's like a recipe for disaster. I'm terrible with phones. I'm always losing them. I don't know. I just they. It's one of those things. I just find it would be fucking irritating having to use it for everything. You're gonna get storage problems all the time. Something goes wrong, they can control what you're doing on your phone. It's like, yeah, you should always be able to at least use cash or some other way. Gay bits. One of my mates was doing a stream this afternoon. He's in America, and they were all pretty pissed, and he was playing Backstreet Boys. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And I just wrote, gay. Yeah, it's one of those beers I had a bad experience on when I was younger, and I've just never went back to it. So me and my best mate growing up, or not growing up, like when I was probably late teens, early 20s, still my best mate today, but I just rarely see him. We used to we'd go to school. We're at different schools, but then we'd work together at a department store, like outside of school hours, and we'd always be working together, and just we'd love to have like a drink and just like play video games, like kicking the footy, riding skateboards, just whatever you do at that age. And we quite often like we'd take in turns of picking, and he always had a thing for Stella. And one time Stella was cheaper than usual, and we're like, oh yeah, we'll get the Stellas. And I reckon they must have been in and out of the fridge heaps. And the whole case just tasted like absolute shit. And we had like a real bad night drinking them. And I think that turned me off Stella. I never wanted to go back to them. Yeah, fucking oath. It's terrible. Can't, but it's embarrassing that it's Australia's number one beer. Yeah, yeah, they're the same as Great Northern. They're just real watered down. There's no life to them. Yeah, I haven't actually seen it. I didn't see any of the fights. I watched the last UFC, but I didn't see the Aussie one. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, hopefully that fucking fuse hasn't gone on me again. Yeah. It's like you get so many people go, "Oh, Corona's awesome," especially when you put a lime or a lemon in it. It's like, well, if you have to put fruit in it to make it taste good, it's not a beer for me. That's ridiculous. And the main reason why they do that is to keep the fucking insects away. It's got nothing to do with the flavour. Yeah, fucking oath. Give me some of those $100 bills, Evie. They're big greeny boys. Oh yeah, cool. Backdoor boys. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd be in my absolute element in Germany. Fuck, it'd be good. Yeah. See, a lot of the young ones will just do it because I don't know, they think it's convenient, and they don't know what it's like to have to battle without technology and stuff. Yeah. Some places you go to, they won't even let you use it. Oh no, we don't accept cash. And fuck off. Yeah, Corona's trash. Heineken's trash. Carling's trash. Bud Light's trash. Even though I haven't had it, I just know it's trash. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. Fuck yeah. Tiger's a Singaporean beer, isn't it? I think it's Singapore. Someone said to me the other day it's from India. I'm like, no, it's not. Pretty sure it's Singapore. The only Indian beer I know is that Kingfisher. Yep. My God, I can't believe I've caught up with the chat. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Especially when it's spelt Lite. I want to try Miller High Life because that's the beer that most of my like American craft beer mates, that's their sort of go-to macro beer. So I feel like it'd be half decent. As for good beers, hello you. How are ya? Yeah, good, thanks. Nah, they'll be good. I've got a time on it, and the time I've got on it's like less than what you'd normally need. So if I hear the buzzer go off, I'll check them. But otherwise, they're still good. Yeah, Kingfisher's probably one of the worst beers I've had. I've had some really shit Southeast Asian beers, and I've had some really shit African beers. And then when I had Carling, that was fucking terrible. West End Draft. Ugh. When I had West End Draft, I wasn't a fan of that. I need to revisit it. So thankfully tomorrow I get a sleep in. I don't have to get up at 3. I get up at 4. Generally, if I start at 4 o'clock, if I'm in bed by sort of 10 or 11 earlier in the week, it's okay. Because I had to sleep the Savo, I feel like I could probably get by with like 5 or 6 hours. The old dinner being late's going to sort of hurt a bit, but yeah, it does exist. I don't know if it still exists today, but it was definitely a thing for a while. I've got plenty of mates that have like cans of it at home, but it's pretty terrible beer. I remember at one stage Aldi, you could get it at Aldi like years and years ago. Yeah, is that the what? Is that as in Resh's from Sydney? Is that what you're talking about? Because that's one. That's one that I want. I want to try that on the channel because a guy I watch in Sydney likes it. And I want to have a long neck of it and do a review. Yeah, Matilda Bay. What happened to them? Remember Redback, the Redback beer from South Australia. It's currently 9:30, Phil, or just after 9:30. Yeah, poop. You could just imagine the brewery's probably went and done his little squat above his hole in the ground, and then he comes back, doesn't wash his hands, and he's just straight into the brew again. And while he's doing that, he's cooking up like a vindaloo, and he's got about 10 things going on at once. He's on a phone conversation with a cousin that he hasn't seen for 20 years, and the phone call goes for about 4 hours. That's the thing I always wonder is like, who the fuck are they talking to? Whenever, like, at work or whatever, and you'll be on, like, there'll be people on a break, and there's always like an Indian that's on a phone, and they're going flat out talking for like hours non-stop. And it's like every single time they go on a break, it's like, who the fuck are you talking to? Oh, welcome in. Just joined now, have we? No, I seen you at the start. You must have chimed in at the start, and then yeah, good to see you. Yeah, fucking oath. I'm on a chocolate beer, Angie. It is phenomenal. Just think of every chocolate thing you've had combined and turned into a stout. I described it as like a sort of a real good quality, like Belgian chocolate Easter egg. That's what it sort of reminds me of. It's not that like Cadbury milk chocolate sweetness. It's sort of got a bit of, I don't know, a bit of dark, sort of in between dark and milk chocolate, and sort of a bit sharper. Yeah. And if they're driving trucks, they're getting stuck under the what is it, Montague Street Bridge? You had me a chocolate. Hmm. Yeah, I just don't get it. Yeah, have you ever done that? The Easter thing where if you've got an Easter egg, you leave the wrapper on it tightly, you hope that it's got a good base, and you pour the actual stout into the top of the egg and just like drink out of it. It's fucking awesome. Cool thing to do at Easter time. You just want to make sure that the egg's nice and solid. I've had a few where the fucking liquid's just gone straight through it. I'm like, for fuck's sake. God. I want to do some of the stuff that Shami's been doing lately where there's one where they've got water in their mouth and they're all lined up and they've got a flipper and they're just whacking the fuck out of the back of their neck or their back with the flipper, and you got to try and just withstand the pain and keep the water in your mouth. And then it'll go to the next person, they'll do the same thing, and then the person at the front, if they stay okay, then they go to the back and they're the one doing the whacking. Just shit like that. I'd love to test it out just to see how much it actually hurts. They do it with a belt as well. They get the belt out and just go whoosh. That's like the um yeah, like when I used to play cricket, when you'd have a batsman that was not scoring runs and they had all dots, someone would come along and go, "Oh, there's more dots here than an Aboriginal painting." She's having a shit day. She woke up on the wrong side of the bed and she's like an angry, very angry person. Only kidding. Oh man, I've cooked chicken Kiev last night, Angie. So like I didn't have to cook the actual chicken again because I'd cooked it last night. I just had to reheat it. But the vegetables, like I was having like sort of like roast potatoes, carrot, that sort of stuff in the oven. And I've had trouble with like a fuse that's connected to the oven and the cooktops. And every now and then it goes out. Anyway, I knew it had gone out. I tried to time it so I'd start cooking when I started this stream. So I knew that it would roughly be about sort of 40 minutes or 50 minutes or something, and then it'd be good to go. And anyway, I fucking completely forgot that the light on the oven didn't come on, so I knew I had to go fuck around with the fuse. And yeah, I only just remembered it like half an hour ago. So yeah, dinner's pretty late tonight, especially considering I have to work at fucking 5 in the morning. I'm hoping that Kiev's still gonna ooze out with garlic. Orchard pig truffler. Oh yeah, cool. I'm gonna have to wrap this up, I think. That is a fine, fine drop. Very enjoyable. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna go a 4.7, which is a very, very good score. Um, only ways to sort of improve. Oh, there's a few ways to improve it, but a bit more body would have been rad. Just that sort of like bit more fullness and like creaminess. I mean, it lacked that head straight away. It would have been good if that sort of hung around. It is hard when you got so many adjuncts in a beer. As far as the chocolate goes, yeah, you can't fault it. It's fucking unreal. It didn't really come through with the smell, but the taste is phenomenal. And yeah, like if it was barrel aged, it would be like an exceptional, like world class beer. So yeah, very very happy with it. 4.7. So there you go, Craig. I don't know if you're still there, but that was a good recommendation, buddy. Garlic. Yeah, I think it's more the like the cooktops, if anything, Evie. It seems to be like there's one you'll get you know how there'll be one particular cooktop you use and it always seems to trip it out. It's almost like it's got liquid in there and it's yeah. But you're on to it. That's sort of I think that's what it is. I have to keep going out to the front box and switching it back and it's a pain in the ass. The joys of renting and having a fuckwit landlord that you don't want to deal with. Now, where were we up to? Yeah, cheers. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. I'll probably be around tomorrow night. I've only done the one beer tonight, so I might do one tomorrow night as well. We'll see how we go. I'm obviously going to be home. It's just, yeah, whether I feel like a beer or not. But yeah, if you just keep it to one a night and I'm doing morning shift, it's not too bad. It's just when I'm on Arvos, it's, yeah, pretty easy just to have a night off it because, yeah, quite often I'm working till fucking midnight or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool that you remember their names. Yeah, for sure. I love the community. These are all legends. Fucking love doing this shit. I'm going to keep doing it even if I'm 80 years old. As long as I'm having fun, that's the main thing. And yeah, as I said, if there's ever a time where I can't drink, I'll still do streams. Just we'll just talk shit about anything else, and I'll sit here with a coffee or a lime spider. So yeah, cheers, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Tyler, welcome in. Finishing up, mate. Love yous, legends, and yeah, probably see yous tomorrow. Thanks again.